the memories that we created with all of the parents and the kids. You can't fake it.
I know Kentucky's not in Tennessee.
For PG. So to be able to celebrate them and all their success and growth and everything before literally like 3 weeks later we have auditions.
Not a plan? Okay. Hi, my name is Troy.
Hi, my name is Marisa, and welcome to our podcast.
We are choreographers, dance teachers, parents, and comedians. People, not a plan. Okay. Anyways.
That was dumb.
Hey, whoa.
That was dumb. No, it's okay. He can laugh, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
He's all...
I enjoyed that. Sorry.
Thanks. Someone likes it. See? We're doing okay here. Those are our pastors over there. They're enjoying our podcast.
You can't see them, but
they're supporting. I think this we had a podcast before, but
we did like one episode. I think
we did two,
oh.
And then I took them off just because they took too long, or it just wasn't relevant anymore, and we wanted to like re-update and get like better information. Kind of like what we do as choreographers, dancers, teachers, and just like a life update. Maybe this will like help other people in our space learn how to, I don't know, do what we do. Mm-hmm. And not by any means are we perfect. Sometimes you are. Sometimes, but through our mistakes and through the ways that we've taught and worked, we made a lot of mistakes, and hopefully those mistakes can help you watching this learn what we've made mistakes on. Mistakes.
Say mistakes one more time.
Oh, steaks sound bomb.
Steaks.
I'm gonna miss some steaks in San Diego. The family's going to San Diego and I can't because I'm going on a work trip.
He's going to Kentucky.
Tennessee?
Kentucky.
I know, but like what I know Kentucky's not in Tennessee, but what city in Kentucky am I going to? Owensboro. See you there in this many weeks.
Yeah.
So since you are my planner, you are literally like the life of what we do. What is on our schedule for the next next week or two?
Well, this week our nephew is graduating. In case you didn't know, he is.
How old is he?
He's 18, right? Turning 19?
Yes,
Braden?
18.
Yeah, because...
July, he's turning 19.
July? That's Nan.
No, that's September.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's Nan.
Wait, which nephew?
You got two nephews graduating?
Yeah,
two nephews graduating.
So Braden's graduating on Friday, and...
We're going to Korean barbecue.
Yeah, we're taking him and Nathaniel, who's also graduating, to Korean barbecue as like their gift. Because they're boys and they love to eat. And then we're going to go to his graduation. And then right after that, we're driving to LA, Downey to be specific, for Countdown Dance Competition with Evolve.
We're going to miss some solos on that Friday, right?
Yeah, which is fine because the bulk of what we're there for is on Saturday. So
family comes first.
Yeah. And then it's Memorial Day. What's next week? Well, first of all, tomorrow is my mom's 3-year anniversary of her passing, so we're getting together with family.
Okay.
And then
Olive Garden.
Yeah, so
the only things I'm excited for is like the food portions. This is like we get to go to Olive Garden and food. Korean barbecue.
Yeah. And then Wednesday we're actually taking the boys to Cowabunga.
Yeah.
Because Am Plus is having like a, what do you call it? Like a where something where they're renting out the park from 9 to 1, and like the tickets were discounted or something. I don't know.
Nice.
Yeah, so it'll be cool. I'm sure we'll see some of our dancers there.
I'll vlog it.
Yeah. And then next week is our first choreo job, which Troy's going on. Fossil Ridge, year 3. What?
The mix. They said we need to update the mix because candidly the mix didn't come out the way they expected. So we're back and forth with them about changing the mix with our DJ, and he's known to lag a little bit. And it's
shade or anything.
No
he's
shade.
Great.
He's the best
because he's still the best DJ. But
lags a little bit, so I'm a little concerned that I'm gonna get a mix the night before
and scramble for choreography.
Every first choreo trip I do, I get the music the night before, like the Thursday,
and that's partially not the DJ's fault. It's like teams might want early choreo like at the end of May, but they didn't fill out the request form until like April, but they wanted it in May
It takes like about a month or so for
to get music. Yeah.
And with edits, I'm a little worried to put that together. But it'll happen. It's only one routine too. Like with Ronald Reagan, I had to put 2 routines the night before, and that was really, really tough.
Yeah.
But for Fossil, they're return clients, so they're
a third-year client, so they're like our OGs.
Yeah, they get my style, they get how I work, and so.
It's my first time not going with you on that one.
Oh yeah, you usually go with me.
Yeah.
That'll be fine.
Well, after that, so that'll be good. I'm kind of happy that they switched to DTU, so there's less restrictions, and then
Yeah, we can.
the Colorado State rules have lessened a little bit over the years.
Explain what the Colorado State rules were.
Well, the main one was like that 8 count of having to have contact with something. Everyone has to have contact, right?
Yeah, you have to have a full partner section, which of 1 full 8 count of.
Just not letting go. Like they have to like touch shoulders or whatever.
And so year 1 with them, we didn't know this rule, and day of they're like, oh yeah, we need to have a full 8 count. I'm like, what? Okay, let's figure this out. So we threw it on the spot, and then come to find out they just ended up taking it out completely.
Well, they take it out for nationals because it doesn't necessarily have to be there. They just keep it in.
It was a cool It turned out to be a cool section.
Yeah.
And then what else? Colorado sucks for like a lot of competition reasons.
That's it, pretty much.
Don't they compete all styles in one division?
No, that is Chicago.
Chicago.
Or Illinois.
That's a weird rule. Like you have lyrical routines competing against hip hop for
a state title.
For a state title,
Yeah.
that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Okay.
After Fossil, we have our playground banquet, which will be really fun.
Where's Ninja Karaoke?
Yeah.
So we're getting a taco truck.
Yeah,
shave
we're
ice.
getting tacos, shave ice, DJ double play on the 1s and 2s.
What? Okay. They call them 1s and 2s because there's a 1 and a 2 disc, right? I'm not
Yeah.
sure. Okay.
I think so.
Just making sure. How was it?
Yeah, but that'll be fun because it was such a monumental year for PG. So to be able to celebrate them and all their success and growth and everything before literally like 3 weeks later we have auditions.
It never stops. Like, okay, so we just ended playground season technically at Open Forum. I know we still have concert, but we're not doing like any other competitions with playground. So yeah, I feel like at this time, everyone on PG is kind of like senioritis.
They're like ready for a new season.
They're ready for a new season.
So are we.
Like, people are taking more time off liberally, and they're like, oh, we don't have to compete, so let's travel to Hawaii and not bring our directors. It's fine. But yeah, I feel it.
Or Korea. Devin's going to Korea.
Yeah, she's not even be at auditions. It's okay.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I think it's like the banquet is really exciting for me because we can like honor those kids. And I think sometimes we make like banquets like, look at how awesome we did as a directing duo, or look at all the awesome trophies we won. But when in reality, for me, it's like connecting with the people that we've spent the whole season with.
Yeah.
It's like giving them praise for putting up with us for the whole season and allowing us to like coach their kids and mentor them and help them through everything. And we get to celebrate not only just the performers on stage, but the parents that got them there that far. And
honestly, our shift into the all-star world, I didn't know what to expect this season, but it turned out like more than we would have expected. Like,
yeah, all-star was a great shift.
Like the memories that we created with all of the parents and the kids forming bonds that you can't fake it.
You can't fake it.
It just happened so organically, and it's just something that I wish I had growing up. Like I grew up with a great dance studio. They were all my best friends, and I loved everyone. But just what we have right now is such like a tight unit, and I love every time that we get together with them. That's why we can have them over at our house and
just hang out.
Yeah, whoever wants to come.
I'm different from you. I never had that experience. Like the experience that Playground has, I experienced like in my young adult
formality and
adult
days.
Years, like high school, like a little before I graduated high school is when I started like actually having like these kind of relationships. And for me, I didn't or not relationships, like these kind of experiences.
Yeah.
And for me, like I wanted to provide that for the kids because I never had it. So here's an offering that I can give to kids that can now have it. It was a very memorable year, and switching to All-Star was a great idea, mostly because, like, I mean, no offense to the community stuff, but
It's structured well, and
yeah, All-Star structured very well.
it's fair, like as far as like age goes, because
Age
like
and sizing.
yeah, like we can. So like he said, no shade to the community, but like you go to a community comp, and if you have a junior team of 5 kids or 40 kids, you're competing against each other.
Yeah, that doesn't seem fair. And then if it's JV, or what's the younger?
In the community, you either do
Junior.
adult or just junior.
Junior is 18
Just
and
18
under.
and under, whether
So-
it's 10-year-olds or 17-year-olds.
Right, we have a bunch of 7 and 8-year-olds on our minis team. What if they were to compete against 18-year-olds? How is that fair
Yeah.
as a competition standard? And what if we have 10 of those 7 and 8-year-olds, and then they have 40 18, 17-year-olds? Like,
Yeah.
How do you even scale your judging platform to appropriate that accurately?
Mm-hmm.
And then also the inconsistency of performance schedules for the community made us feel like it was too difficult, too many hoops to
It's
jump
too
through
difficult to plan.
to get
like,
accepted, to like you only find out 2 months before you get accepted to a competition.
So
Now
we
you have
gotta
to
put
throw
together a
whole
set,
new set
yeah.
for that. Whereas All-Star, we already know the dates for the competitions next season.
Yeah, like we know we're going to Chaos. We know we're going to Dallas again. We know our regionals. We're going to Florida.
Yes.
Um,
And we can plan this out way in advance,
Yeah.
let parents know so they can be on board and travel with us.
yeah.
All-Star was
Yeah,
better
the
for us.
transition,
Okay.
like not only for the structure of like the competitions, just I'm just big on like the family aspect, and everyone, we've gotten such great feedback from people who say like, like I don't have this kind of family here. It's just who lives under my roof,
Yeah.
And so
Those are the best compliments for me, is like, you guys don't treat us like
like clients
parents
or whatever.
like we treat them like family, and I genuinely try to.
Mm-hmm.
Most parents feel like they can't come to us with an issue because they're too afraid, or maybe they had an experience with another coach or another team or another sport, and they're like, yeah, I can never talk to the coach about that. He or she would never hear me out. But parents can come to us and like say, hey, I don't really like it when this happens. What do you think? And then we can have like an honest conversation about it, and we won't ever put up like a wall of that conversation can't happen.
Yeah.
I think I know what we do is like choreography, dance teacher, like training, but I think the reason why what we've learned and how we've become successful is because we've been able to like treat people as equals and not talk down the people because they're just a parent, or they are just a dollar in our bank account.
Yeah, no,
like
not at all.
That I think that tarnishes any kind of reputation that we would try to build within a family.
Yeah.
So I love the parents that we have. I like the culture that we built through playground.
Yeah, like we said, it's like you can't fake the culture.
Can't fake the funk.
Pretty much.
Yeah, and we get asked all the time, like, how do we create that culture? What is that like secret that we do to create a culture for dancers to thrive in? Like, what are like some things that we do to help create that?
Personally, I like having relationships with each of like my kids, and it's gone to show that technically I'm the favorite. Not that they don't love you, but I've heard it verbally from their mouths.
Did you get notes? They leave me notes, little Post-it notes.
But do they
put them in.
scream and come attack you with hugs when you
because
show up?
It's because you're always gone, and I'm there every week
No,
yelling at you.
I'm not always gone. You're about to be always gone.
Well, maybe.
But we'll see. Okay.
And it'll flip the tide. You're going to be the one they don't like. and
Okay,
they're
so
like,
we'll
"When did
see
you-"
if they run and be like,
Did you-
Uncle Troy.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
But yeah, it's that, like being able to like relate with them, like they keep us young, like we catch ourselves talking like them, but it helps. I mean, that stems from having nieces and nephews too, but like them being with them, like even the minis talking about like skibbity whatever. Rizzler, Giat. Like,
I have to, we need like a definition book of what those things
even
mean.
Daniel's talking about Skibbity Toilet. I'm like, what are you talking about?
It's a YouTube show. Like I've seen it. I've seen it.
But they keep us young, and I think that's just what matters, is that we just truly like care about all of their well-beings, and we make relationships with the parents too. That's huge, because obviously they're closer to our age.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
What do I do to make things like more cultured? Is I make sure there's a contact with each person that I dance with daily. Like if I
Say
see
hi.
them, I don't just walk by them and go to my classroom because I want to go to the classroom.
No,
I
you
go
give
to
hugs.
I go to each kid. It's like, hey, how you doing? How's
How
your
was
day?
your birthday?
How was school? They
Yeah.
went to Hawaii. How was Hawaii? You got tan. Like,
Yeah.
and you start building
I
conversations.
told Genesis if she didn't get tan, she can't come back.
Yeah, no, Bryn got tan.
Really?
Bryn got brown. It's a good brown too, dude. I need to get my tan back.
Yeah.
But it's like so many people think that like it is they are honored to be in your presence as the choreographer, where I'm in the exact opposite. It's like I want to know what happens in your life, and if I'm not talking to you about what happens in your life, how are you even going to care about the words that I'm going to say to you?
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And so I think connecting with each dancer every time I step into the room, even if it's just a hey, hello, gives me a great idea of how
Hey,
they're
what's up,
feeling.
hello?
Hey, what's up? Is that a song?
Yeah. The Fetty Wap. I think Fetty Wap.
Is that the guy with the one eye?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
anyways.
that you can read the emotion in the room. Like I can tell when someone had a bad day.
Yeah, exactly. That was my next point. Like we've been able to like read them so well. Like I know when so and so is not her usual happy self, or when someone else is feeling angry, or feeling, if we just did spots or something, they're upset that they're not in the spot that they want. I know when they're upset.
Yeah,
Because they show it, and
then
because
we
they
handle
care.
it, and we handle it in a direct way. We don't like beat around the bush and we go, "Oh, she's just mad. Oh well, bye bye." We're like, "Hey, what's wrong? Let's talk to me about it."
Yeah.
And then that builds the relationship further. I don't know about you. You had a much deeper family like relationship than I had growing up.
Mm-hmm.
So like all of these kids, like I'm learning how to be like an uncle figure.
Yeah.
Because I never had that ever growing up. I was
Yeah,
never
that's why you're like, we
holding
need to
a
be
child.
we need to be the cool uncle.
holding a child, like things like that. I learned just because I married you, and
Caleb was the first baby you ever held, right?
I mean, I've held babies, just not by choice. Like I was forced to, but I never had like little kids running around. And for our personal life, we have 2 boys. I don't have any girl daughters.
I'm
So
glad
all-
we don't have a daughter.
Yeah. Oh,
with
dude.
all these girls we deal with.
See what they be wearing, and I'm like, yo, put a shirt on. But I'm not their dad. But like for me, it feels nice because I never grew up with that, and now I understand why family is so important to a lot of people, because the not seeing PG for 1 week feels like 1 month.
Yeah, like we don't have rehearsal this weekend, but we'll see most of them in California. But it'll be weird not having practice.
Yeah, not being able to see them is just gonna be like, so that's it.
That's why I'm glad that we're adding a senior rehearsal on Tuesday.
Yeah, because we can connect.
So
with
we
them
see them,
directly.
and then we'll see them Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So that's nice.
PG banquet. That's gonna be
Yeah,
exciting.
That'll be fun.
And then we're announcing a new team because we have minis, youth, juniors, and then a 4th team, teens, seniors. And
So we're gonna have to shift around the names a little bit. So we'll be announcing like what the senior name will be called
at the banquet.
moving forward. Yeah.
And it's a good problem to have. Like, yeah, we're growing, but what we get to do is, because our junior team was so stacked, like it had the level discrepancy. Like we had very old dancers dancing with very young dancers, like minis dancing with seniors, which shouldn't happen technically.
Well, and then not only that, but we didn't do a youth last year because we wanted to start modestly.
Yeah.
And we didn't have like Ashton, like Camilla, they were too young to be in youth as of last year. So I said, let's do a mini and then let's do a junior, because there's still going to be some people that can do both, like Bryn, Kennedy, Olana. But now they have that middle in between the youth, so people can do mini youth, youth junior, junior senior, or just senior if they're old.
And that youth roster is looking pretty stacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be a pretty big year. I think 20 dancers on each team ish right now is what we're estimating.
Yeah, including the crossovers, like people doing more than one.
Still still a lot of growth. And then we get to go to Disney World too with them and Dallas.
I'm so excited to take them to Disney World.
What's after PG Banquet?
That's when you're going to Kentucky.
Oh, is that what I'm missing the San Diego?
Yeah.
For? Dang it. Okay, so Nan's graduating, and his graduation party is 3 weeks from today. That's not going to make any sense.
Not 3 weeks.
Yeah, because down
2
this
weeks.
weekend. No, I go to whatever. Anyways, sometime in the future.
It's early June. So the banquet's June 2nd,
Yeah,
and we're
there we
going, you're leaving. You're actually flying from Kentucky. Well, I think you're flying to Nashville, right? for that
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
You're going to
Driving.
Owensboro first, and then flying from there straight to
That's why I said
Lake
Tennessee.
Norman. No.
I swear I'm going to Tennessee.
Well, you're flying to Nashville.
Okay, yeah. So-
But then you're flying from there to Charlotte.
Oh, why do we travel? Everyone thinks it's so cool to travel. It sucks. Like, you're always tired. Everyone's
Sleep
rude.
on the plane.
No one washes their hands in the bathrooms. You try to sleep on the plane, but then someone kicks you on the foot, and you're like, oh, well, I'm awake now.
Yeah. But anyways, after that, it's all downhill from there. Then you go to Ronald Reagan, and
How
then
many routines are we doing? Just through Bree Choreography, just through the agency.
Well, we haven't confirmed like what we're doing with World Class All Stars. As of right now, it's 7 with them, so that'll make 41.
41 routines.
But I also haven't confirmed Apex either. So right now it's 3. But
So let's talk about our workflow. Like, how do we even? Well, first, how do we get these jobs? How do we get 41 opportunities to teach competition routines, and then how do we manage those competition routines in a week-to-week basis?
well, if you see our calendar, it's pretty crazy.
I'm scared.
Like,
every time I open it, I'm like,
June is all red. Red means like out of town trips. Yeah, so it goes Kentucky to North Carolina to San Antonio to Phoenix
see, I can't think that far.
to San Jose.
One at a time. One at a time.
Yeah.
And I
well,
think
how it works is like teams will fill out a request form, and if they request us specifically, they can put that in there, and then the project manager reaches out to us. Or if it's like, if we're in their budget and they want like I want authentic hip hop choreo, that most of those are sent to us, unless otherwise specified. Like, I've seen requests for other choreographers, and that's cool too.
this is through Bree Choreography.
Yeah. So whenever like a random team hits us up on Instagram, I have to send it to Bree Choreography or send them the request form to be like, hey, you need to fill this out if you want to work with us.
Yeah.
And then from there, we get connected with the coach, sign a contract, and then,
Set dates, find music.
yeah.
That's the problem I have with Fossil Ridge right now.
It's
is that
a
the
lot.
music is like not here yet.
Yeah. It's a lot of planning and everything that, like, I'm the one that handles the spreadsheet, the contact of the coaches, everything, and he's going to go on most of the jobs unless there's another style involved, like jazz or pom is when I step in. Yeah.
Usually I go on the hip hop only trip.
But you're doing your first game day this
I'm
year.
gonna kill that game day. I'm hyped for that. I'm ready.
Yes.
I've been
you better
watching, I've been
teach them how to
training.
chant.
Oh, I'll teach them. I'll yell the loudest in the room. It'll be me. So Bree books us the jobs, and then we kind of manage that schedule
On our own. Yeah.
How do you go about like organizing your brain to make those routines like unique?
Me personally, I don't plan everything in advance. I know you are getting better at not doing that, but I literally will lose sleep at night thinking like, I'm going to forget this choreo. I can't plan it too much in advance. If anything, I'll do it at the hotel when I get there, like the night before.
Sure.
But I'll plan all the formations and like have the vision in my head. But putting moves to music, I literally will lose sleep because I'm like, I'm going to forget this choreo. Even though most of the time I record it, but I still have that like feeling in the back of my mind that I'm going to forget it.
Yeah. I think recording your choreography, even if it's not exactly what you want it to be, I think recording your choreography, like just yourself, like I'll set up my phone like this, leaning against a mirror.
Yeah, for the most part, I'll do that. I have the certain sections and then fill in all the fluff later.
This is what I used to do. The first year, I didn't block anything on arranges. Like I used to just freestyle the formations. I would have shapes like in my brain. Like I knew that because there's a rubric to follow for the scoring guide, I knew that we had to follow a certain thing. But moving forward, my second year with choreography, I did everything on arranges in advance. And even if
it helped so much, right?
It helped clear my mind because I can think through patterns much easier. And even if it's not exactly to like perfect, if it's not exactly to what arranges is, I at least have something to lean on to backtrack to.
Sometimes I would like say, for example, a diagonal. I would have them switch to the other diagonal, but in like 4 moves, and I realized that's
it's 16 people down the line. And
that's not
you always
possible.
Put the smallest girl all the way in this corner, and
they're like, I can't make it all the way over there.
I can't run across the whole stage in 4 counts. I choreograph sections like on my phone, even if they're not perfect. I know my ideas. I choreograph.
Or on your iPad. On your phone, your thumbs would be a little...
Yeah, dude, my thumbs are fat. They can't move those little arranges dots.
The little, it's little dots. Literally.
But on my iPad, I'll use an Apple Pencil and I'll just arrange them around. But more importantly, outside of those two is the moments that make things, like, good. Yeah. You know, like memorable moments in routines, like the groove parts, the lifts, the tricks, the innovative formations. Like, I'll usually pick out, if we cut the mix into, it's a 2-minute mix, most competition routines, I'll cut them into quarters, and each quarter has to have 2 moments in them minimum, like movements that can make people cheer.
This is like, I feel like this is our main piece of advice to like anyone wanting to choreograph. Don't throw tricks or moments if the music doesn't call for it. So I know us, when we listen to the music, we think, oh, we should put a lift here. We did it today with the PG mixes. Yeah. I was like, oh, right here, we can do like a partner like thing.
Wait, we have PG mixes?
Yes. Anyways, don't choreograph tricks don't throw a head spring just to throw a head spring. Put choreo there, and when the music makes sense, if there's like a bass or there's like a build up, or something, that's when you can throw a trick. Because it has to make sense, otherwise you won't get the reaction. The right reaction.
I think people just throw head springs, kip ups, just to like occupy time. Yeah. For me, that doesn't like.
I'd rather utilize that as like a layer of movement or something.
That doesn't translate authenticity either. And a lot of these competitions have been thriving in the word authenticity. And for me, like when I choreograph a routine for a team and I choreograph a groove and they can't execute that groove, they would rather throw a trick. Yeah. That's how you immediately
lose authenticity
points, because you're not trying to apply what makes the groove. You would rather just mask it with what you see on every other NDA, DTU, USA team. Mm-hmm. And to me, I don't like putting routines that I've seen before. Like every routine is curated to the team. And how do I do that? The mix. The music drives the movement. Yeah. And sure, I have like my go-to movement like phrases,
but not like straight taking combos from one and putting in another, like
not
bring
at
it
all.
on.
Yeah, no Sparky jazz hands.
Sparky Pilastri.
I don't even know his
Spirit
name.
Fingers.
Spirit Fingers.
I grew up on that movie,
Dude,
so.
And I'll never, like the music will dictate. That's why I'm stressed out about Fossil just a little bit, is because I'm excited to hear the mix.
Yeah, and it's our first one of the season.
Right. I'm hyped to like put content together, but their mix already gave me an idea and then they want to make adjustments, so I gotta hold on to those ideas before I start jumping at it.
Yeah, because SBU might just change it completely, even the sections that are being kept.
Yeah. So I think this is what helps me curate like a really good routine, is let the music drive the movement. Mm-hmm. Each quarter of a section has 2 good moments, either a groove, an a lift, a trick, an innovative blocking moment, visuals. It has some kind of roll-offs. And then from there, you build out your set on arranges, and then you choreograph your movement in advance. That's how you get a really, really successful routine. At least for me, that's my workflow for
I agree.
Performance routines. Okay, so we're talking past June. That's maybe like 6 routines in already.
What Fossil, Owensboro, Lake Norman, Ronald Reagan, and then I'm going to Phoenix for Ottawa's like training camp thing. Okay. Then we have Evolve concert.
I am seeing that.
I don't know.
Probably.
We'll see. We'll see if they ask you.
Probably.
And then we're going to San Jose, and the boys are coming to that one
That's
for presentation.
And we actually taught them like
Yeah.
a few years back about just some choreography. It was
Yeah,
Neva
'cause-
Eva. And then you
No.
taught. Yeah.
Oh, was it?
It was Neva Eva
And Vogza.
And Vogza.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you were there.
Yeah, Kaylee was there.
So the team.
That was when we went. We were just there for a trip, right?
Yeah. And we made a
Just-
family thing of it.
Yeah, and then
And they hired us to do their choreography, which is awesome.
yeah, and they might be bringing me to Florida for Contest of Champions
Why can't I go?
because they want help with jazz and lyrical and. Anyways,
Do jazz and lyrical. That's not fair.
after that, we have PG auditions, and we're expecting at least 60 auditionees, including returners.
Yes. 60.
We have 45 now, so that'll be about like 15, give or take.
We'll see.
New ones, yeah.
I've had parents in my PG classes hit me up about
Asking like,
like what is auditions? Should I audition?
yeah.
Am I good enough to audition? And I'm like, you never know. You have to try. So. Are
And
you looking
then,
at our scary
our
schedule?
crazy schedule. After that, we have dinner with Rolly. That's
important. Yeah.
yeah,
that's
because
our
we have to
meal.
schedule it a month and a half in advance.
Yes.
And then you're going to Sacramento, and then we have our workshop.
What work?
And with, well, it was supposed to be Devin, Trevor, and Ving.
And then Ving decided to go to China
And book a job,
And book
yeah.
a job instead of teaching his friends here in Las Vegas. It's fine. I'm not mad. I was actually really excited to take that class.
Yeah, but
Maybe we'll just
we might just have it the two, yeah.
unless we can find another big choreographer to be a part of this.
And that's June.
I think we should stop there because we can go really deep. In.
Yeah.
That was a lot of information, and I think the most important thing, like for us, is to get like our calendar straight so we know how to organize our movement phrases. Right? If our calendar isn't like good like this, then you don't know what's next. You're living
There's no like empty
very
days.
blind in moving forward, and so for us that scheduling is super important because not only do we schedule our work life, we have to schedule our family life too because we do have two boys and we need
Yeah,
to
and they're starting school this year. So Joven will be going, sorry, this is the last point. They're starting summer session in July. Daniel will be going full time. Joven will go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So then we'll be able to schedule, like we told each other, like our work days are going to be when both the boys are at school. After school,
more podcasts.
yeah. After school, like you're not allowed to edit when the boys are at home. You can only edit on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday when the boys are at school.
Do you see the boss?
Yeah.
She's the boss.
Anyways, that's it.
Yeah, so I think the calendar is
I can't live without my calendar.
and she manages that calendar really well. I think that's really helps this like whole thing flow. Yeah, I think that's a lot of words for
Yeah, that was a
this
lot.
week's podcast. We're gonna try to do these like often, at least once a week, hosting. Mostly because our pastors are also doing it, so we have to keep up with them. And we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's hard because we do get busy, but I like having outwardly conversations about this because it reminds us why we do what we do because it's
Because
fun.
every time we're driving home from Disneyland, we have these conversations in the car, and we're like, "This is good stuff."
Yeah, we could give good advice, and I think that's what I want to know from like you guys. Like, what do you want to know? Is there information like how do we do what we do? What is it that we do? Who do we get in contact with? And or just advice? Because we have some credits. We've won 17 national titles.
I think 18, including
18 national
Norway.
titles. We have a world's title now. And I don't want to brag or
18-time
anything,
World,
but
national, and state champion.
yeah, I don't want to brag or anything. I just want to like be a tool because we've made plenty of mistakes, and our mistakes can help people trying to get into this workspace to not make those mistakes, and hopefully we can answer those questions for you. So if you have questions or something that may not make sense, or you want to know more about what we do, drop a comment,
Or send us a DM.
Send us a DM at TMCorrales. .choreography. And we will we answer to everything, and we're always down to help anyone trying to do what we do.
And cut.
I'm hungry. Let's go.